What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over and talking about the best value card at each and every position in college football 25 Ultimate Team right now. There could be multiple players for each and every position, so that's something I did try to highlight in here as well, because a lot of people might want to spend, I don't know, 20,000 coins. Some people might want to spend 10,000 coins, while some people might want to be like, well, Ty, I have more than that. I want to spend, 100,000 coins. So again, I'm going to be trying to go pretty in depth on here, giving you guys just more than like one or so option. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Again, if you are new here, man, make sure to smash that subscribe button. More content here than anywhere else on YouTube when it comes down to college football. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. And again, smash the subscribe button on the channel. It really does help me out a ton. The first guy I want to talk about here is the 81 overall Pat White for 11,000 coins at the quarterback position. 80 speed, 80 throw power, accuracy. I mean, it's okay, but when it gets to deep accuracy, sometimes can struggle a little bit. I just think if you really want to have a decent quarterback while still balling on a budget, let's say you're, week one and you're just trying to build your team, I think Pat White, 81 overall is your best option. Again, make sure you're getting the 81 overall Pat White, not the 80 overall, because there is a big time difference. If you want to make sure, just search by Pat White specifically. And again, go newest and try to get one for about 10,000 coins. You should be able to right here, 10-5 or 10-5, not bad at all. For Pat White, a quarterback that I definitely think is really good. Now, if you're wanting to spend a little bit more coin, like if you're wanting to go to 84, 85 overall, again, I'll give you guys options for nearly everybody. I'd recommend the 85 overall Pat White. I'm a Pat White fanatic. I think the card is extremely, extremely good. And again, if you can get him for 80,000 coins, I don't think you can go wrong. Next up, guys, at the running back position, we're going to start with who I think the best overall budget running back is. And that is one of the newer running backs that we have gotten. Again, try to always search specifically for cards. So here, I'm looking for Chris Johnson. So here, I'm going to search by Johnson, and you'll see just the Chris Johnsons pop up. Now, I would recommend getting the 81 overall Chris Johnson for an extra 3,000 coins, maybe 2,000 coins if you can snipe one for the right time. Here's a Chris Johnson, 81 overall for 10,000 coins. 82 speed at that running back position. Again, we're just trying to help you guys get off the ground when it comes to these value positions. And Chris Johnson is a running back with good speed, decent spin, great juke move for his value. And again, for 10,000 coins, I don't think you can go wrong with Chris Johnson. I think he's one of the best value cards in the entire game. Now we're going to skip the fullback position, but before I move on, let's head to the 84, 85 overalls and talk about when you get up here, who I do like specifically at the running back position. You're not going to see any 86 plus overalls in this video, just because I think when you get up to that level, cards get extremely, extremely expensive. So when we're talking about if you're at this type of level and you're wanting, one of the better running backs in the entire game, what I would try to do, and this is me, is just either try to get a Marshall Faulk or Todd Gurley for less than the market value. So right now, Todd Gurley's going for 130. Try to snap for around 115. Faulk's going for about 103. Try to get him for a little cheaper. Sit on this newest filter. There probably will be one that pops up in due time. And if that's the guy you're looking at, don't hesitate to get him. I don't love the, little more expensive running backs right now in college football Ultimate Team, but they are still okay. Now, while we're here, let's start with the expensive wide receivers that I am a fan of. Not necessarily my best value, but expensive wide receivers I'm a huge, huge fan of. Mike Evans, let's start with him. I know a lot of people are super excited about the new wide receiver that just came out. I still do think Mike Evans is better than him, who we'll get to here in a second. But for 146,000 coins, I think you have to like him. Ra Thomas is fine at the wide receiver position. Again, not quite as good as Mike Evans, but a card I really do like. Now let's get to the other guy that I do like for his not necessarily specific value, but just that I think is absolutely elite, and that's Jeremiah Smith. I mean, this card is so good. I've got him on my squad, and honestly, he's literally elite. 85 speed. Good catching, good route running, especially deep route running. Again, he's not as good as Mike Evans. So for an extra 30,000 coins, I'd probably honestly recommend Mike Evans. But if you can find a way to snipe him, that is what I would recommend doing. Now to the budget guy that I am a big time fan of, it is Keith Brown for 20,000 coins. Again, for 20,000 coins, I think this card's an absolute stud. Good route runner, good speed, good acceleration. I feel like when I play against Keith Brown, he's a stud. Against me, I feel like when I've used Keith Brown, he's been a stud for me. So that's who I definitely would recommend at the budget tier. And again, when a snipe pops up, you got to be ready to snipe him. Hudson Clement for 13,000 coins. I'm going to turn him into what? 22 probably thousand coins. We'll see exactly what the recent ones have sold for. 22,000 coins. Perfect. I'm fine with an instant 8,000-9,000 coin profit just like that. And that's another reason I like recording these videos, because while I'm recording them, I make a lot of coins. A lot of people are like, Ty, how do you make coins? Well, I think you guys should get your answer. Just spend some time on the auction house and you'll be a-okay. The tight end position, guys, is one I don't love the budget, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I absolutely hate the budget, guys, if you want me to be honest. So, if you're wanting to spend your coins, here's who I recommend spending on. Now, I don't know what his price is right now. 172,000 coins. This is who I recommend. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, what? Really, Ty? This is who you recommend? Absolutely. Colston Loveland, an absolute stud. He's a stud. Showstopper. 84 speed. Great catch. Good short route running. Good mid route running. Run blocking at a 73 isn't great, but it's good enough. Trust me, this card is a beast. Now, again, when we talk about value, he is still expensive, but I like him more than Mark Andrews. He's the same price as Jason Morrow, who I think is probably just as good. I really do like Jason Morrow, so maybe get the cheaper option between those two. But I don't feel the need to, again, if you want a budget, guys, try to find a guy here with 80, and it's an 80, 81 overall. That's a, good route runner that, is decently fast. But for me, I'm spending up on Colston Loveland. I lied about not rocking with a high overall player because he is one I definitely do rock with. At the left tackle position, well, here you go. 7,400 coins for Carmona. And again, he's been on the auction house for what? A couple of minutes already. Nobody snipes him. I'll be the one to snipe him. 7,400 coins. Guess what? I'll be able to turn around, sell him for 11,000 coins, and move on with my day. Here's the thing. At the left tackle position, the two guys I really do like are Carmona as well as Haywood. Now, get the cheaper option when it comes down to it. Carmona, more of a power guy. You guys can see a better run blocker, but slightly than a pass blocker, but overall, a really solid left tackle. With Haywood here, he's more agile, you guys can see. Still, when it comes down to it, maybe a little better run blocker than pass blocker, but both guys are extremely good. I do think Haywood's probably slightly better, although Carmona's a little cheaper. Just kind of, check up on that, see what you specifically like. At the left guard position, we're going to head to the 82, 83 overalls because there's no real cheap 80 or 81. So, for me, in my opinion, it's worth you guys, saving a little bit of your coins. Getting Tatafu. This card, in my opinion, is a stud, a balanced left guard that I don't think you can get much better than. 82 strength, decent pass blocking, decent run blocking. Again, to me, an all-around offensive lineman is what you're looking for at every specific position, and I think he can give you exactly that. At the center position, there's two guys I want to talk about if you want to spend a little more. Rather is a guy I think is pretty solid. I can't hate on Rather at all. I think for his value is really decent. The guy that I personally would recommend you guys pick it up for you and your specific squad is Ashton Craig. Now, obviously, again, you can find a guy like this who might be undervalued, could possibly fit your squad, a better pass blocker than run blocker. You want to just fit somebody at the offensive lineman position that fits your play style. For me, I like Ashton Craig. He's a better pass blocker than he is run blocker, but he is an 81 overall, and to me, he's the guy that if you are looking to snipe a lot of these cards for cheaper than they maybe should be going for, he's the type of guy I personally would target for right around 20,000 coins. Right guard position is horrible. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's horrible. Now, for me, try to find a guy you can snipe. Again, this card, I'm only going to make, 1,000 coins on, but I'll take 1,000 coins when I can make it. This is the guy I recommend. Michael Ford. Again, 10,000 coins, not necessarily going to be your best right guard in the entire game, but he's a guy that at least can just help you get through some of the games, whether it's offline, whether it's online. He's not going to get absolutely cooked. He is a-okay at that right guard position. Not a card that I would go too crazy on, but is a card that at least can hold it down. At the right tackle position, up next, again, there's no real cheap right tackles for 80, 81 overall. So I would spend up and get yourself a Jeremy James, 40,000 coins for, in my opinion, a really good right tackle. And you guys, again, don't have to agree with what I'm saying, don't have to love what I'm saying, but Jeremy James for 40,000 is, in my opinion, a steal, especially if you do like passing the ball. Better pass blocker than run blocker. He's going to give you 80-85% of what those top right tackles in the entire game are. Again, try to get these cards for cheaper than people put them up for. You know, try to get a snipe. But if you can get Jeremy James for 40,000 coins, I think you're doing pretty well. Heading to the left end and right end positions, we're going to spend up here. And I'm going to talk about why I want to spend up here at the respective positions. I do like Ruben Bain Jr. Okay, so I just want to kind of make a note of that for you guys. I think Bain Jr. is really solid and definitely a guy that can help you out. Even this guy right here, Tyreek Sapp, for 21,000 coins would be just fine. And I'm going to buy him and resell him because I don't think he should be as cheap as he is on the auction house. So again, is this a sniping video? No, but you guys can see a couple of hours ago he sells for 37. So it's just a matter of knowing the market a little more than everybody else that does decide to put some of these cards up. But the guy I want to highlight, the guy I want to talk about today is the 85 overall, a card I literally just bought because there was one up for a price that I was willing to pay. It is Ja Marion Latham, 78,000 coins. If you can get him for 80,000 or below, that's fine. 80 speed, good power move, good finesse move, can be a run stopper, can rush the quarterback. Just a really good overall left end. Now, his price is down a little bit because, again, those Conference Stories cards set just came out. But don't overthink it. You know, for 78,000 coins is incredible. If you can get him for right around 70,000 coins, that is really what I would try to do. At the right end position, we're plugging in another stud. This one, Jonathan Jefferson, 75,000 coins. Super similar to the guy we just talked about in Latham. 80 speed, 86 power move, power rush you guys can see there. For an 85 overall, I mean, I think the card is a stud. He rushes the quarterback at a high level for me, 76,000 coins. Now, again, if you do want to ball on a budget, it is a-okay if you do. But just realize these cards aren't going to be, in my opinion, quite as good as some of those top level guys. But you can get some really solid guys here at that 83 over on all. The outside linebacker position is it's a crapshoot. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. It's a crapshoot. Two guys I'm plugging in at my outside linebackers are cards I don't even love. I'm telling you right now, Dylan Carpenter is gonna be my left outside linebacker. I don't love him, but he's 16,000 coins. Could probably even snipe him for way cheaper. And my right outside linebacker, I don't love him either, but I'm plugging in Jackson Woodard. Again, two cards I really don't like. I'm just being completely honest, but they're cards that I think have decent speed, can give you something. They're just not great at rushing the quarterback. Neither of those guys. So if you want a guy that's going to get after the quarterback, like me at the outside linebacker position, you might want to look elsewhere. At the middle linebacker position, there's three guys I recommend. Okay, the first guy I want to talk about quite a bit is Nick Martin. I think Nick Martin is an absolute beast. And for Nick Martin, if he goes in the mid 20,000s, which he should, the main thing you would want to look at is that 82 speed. Super fast at that linebacker position, which is so important. The other two guys I want to talk about are Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher. Either of those two guys at their specific overalls are going to be studs. So when you look at Ray Lewis, again, 82, 83 overall, it really doesn't matter. I think either of those overalls can get the job done. Now, again, if you can find an 83 overall for 40,000 coins, I don't think that's a bad value. Obviously, Urlacher, same thing. If you can find an Urlacher for right around 40,000 coins at that 83 overall, I don't think it's bad at all. And he's, maybe even going to go for cheaper. And even if you got to settle for the 82 overalls, it is a-okay. They can get the job done. Next, we're going to head to the cornerback position. At the cornerback position, I've got three guys that I do really like that I want to talk about for you guys today in this video. The first guy I want to talk about is TJ Crandall. Now, if you know anything about me, you know I love TJ Crandall because I've been hyping this card up for weeks upon weeks upon weeks. But trust me when I tell you it's for good reason. I mean, this card is an absolute stud. Can get him for below 50,000 coins. It's an instant buy in my opinion. 83 speed, 83 man, 83 zone coverage. He's just fantastic at that cornerback position. An absolute stud. A guy that is still on my team to this day. Another guy I really like, DJ McKinney, not quite as good as Crandall, but a little cheaper, and in my opinion, just slightly worse. A little taller, a little worse speed, a little worse man coverage. Zone coverage does drop off a little bit, but in my opinion, gives you 90% of what Crandall does at that quarterback position. And for that, I respect McKinney quite a bit. The last card I want to talk about is going to be a cheaper card than the last two. We're going to head to the 80-81 overalls. This card goes for right around, I do believe, like 12,000 coins. It is going to be Andre Jordan Jr. And again, when you buy them, I would search specifically by their names because they might be a little cheaper. 13,000 coins for Andre Jordan Jr. I think he's the best value corner in the game. I do. I mean, you're looking at 81 speed, 81 zone coverage. If you play man coverage, might want to stick to McKinney and Crandall. But if you play a lot of zone, Andre Jordan Jr. can get the job done. Next, we're going to head to the free safety position. And honestly, I'm going to spend up at the free safety position because there is one guy I really do want to highlight. If you really want to ball on a budget, there's probably some guys here at this overall that you can plug in. I'm not a huge fan of any of those guys, though, specifically that just popped up there. The 82-83 overall, let's talk about it. Okay, Rod Moore, if you really want to ball on a budget for 19,000 coins, is the guy I recommend. Definitely like him over Mukba. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Boo Carter is also okay. But the guy I want to talk about is King Mac. King Mac here, 85 speed. 85 speed for King Mac. And I know you've got to spend up on the card. I know he's not cheap, but he's got 85 speed. And for the next couple of weeks, I don't see his price going down a ton. And I could be completely mistaken. I could be completely wrong. But for the next couple of weeks, I don't see it. 85 speed, obviously better in zone coverage and man coverage. Only 5'10", but the 85 speed is going to make up for a lot of his mistakes. At the strong safety position, there's three guys, I believe, at the strong safety position that I like all of them. Every single one of these strong safeties that I'm going to talk about, I really do like, and all of them for their value, I think is solid as well. So let's talk about it. Obviously, Cameron's the first guy. Obviously, he wasn't even one of my three, but I do not mind him for 20,000 coins. But instead, I'd rather spend up a little bit more. And these three guys are the cards I would highlight. McMillan, I really like him. He's actually my starting strong safety right now. Carnell is probably who I'd recommend third behind McMillan. And Freiler is my number 2. All three of those guys are guys that, for their value, are really good. I actually think Freiler right now or Frailer, however you pronounce it, has your best value at that strong safety position right now in the in the strong safety realm. So that's personally what I would recommend. And even this one right here, I mean, 83 overall, Bo Freiler core elite card. Mighty, I don't even know. I haven't even seen him pop up very much, but he's literally just as good as his Team of the Week card, almost. Not quite, but almost just as good as him. So that's what I would recommend. Those are your best value cards at each and every position in college football ultimate team. Didn't do kicker, didn't do punter, because nobody cares about those. There's not really a good value at either of those positions. That's going to wrap it up for my video, guys. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, better love you guys. Have a blessed day.